How close are you gonna dark in here? What song is this?
It's like a really good personal development.
It's a personal.
It's about like what is it called again? Women's empowerment. You don't have to try it the way you are. You don't need to spend all your money on fancy clothes. And she takes all of her makeup on as a famous artist. Everything off. Who is this? Kobe Collette.
I haven't
seen the video.
Is that the video you showed us?
And then a cancer patient takes her wig off and he just adds her up.
Move it.
Oh, mine are short too. She just used my foreleg to sit down because of her foreleg. I put all her weight on my leg and it hurt. This is how I sit on the toilet. You don't have to get it on. I walked out and it was words on our friendship.
Oh, sit up front. I'm doing my hair. There we go. It's recording. Everybody have a seat, have a seat, have a seat.
Fill up the seats in the front of the seats. Oh, it's already recording.
That's like my homework. A little less than that. A little less than that.
Oh, okay, I got it.
My bad. My bad. Is that the same?
I can't tell.
Cap thing you wore on? Yeah. Sorry,
The rope is heavier.
Like these now? Well, back in the day.
Oh, sorry guys. Welcome to Wellness Workshop. And I tend to get a little quiet. I'm so happy to see all of you guys here. This is the last wellness workshop for those of you that are in the challenge. Congratulations. We've got a whole bunch of interesting stuff tonight planned for you, so it'll be a little bit different. Please don't leave early. We have some great information at the end for you too. Some of you don't know me. My name's Health Coach Jeanette. I normally get up here and talk about how miserable I was. I walked in the door and now I'm happy. Well, I'm going to actually share my health results with you this time. I started at 186 pounds. In 4 months, I dropped 55 pounds, dropped about 23% of my body fat, and in the process, with these lovely people and the challenge just like this, kind of started finding myself. And now I'm doing this crazy bikini competition that we have going on here. But really, the weight loss is that I feel so much better. I have energy. I don't make my oldest daughter run after my other kids. I actually do it, and I can't catch them now. So that's pretty awesome. Let me introduce Melanie.
My name is Melanie. I've been with this amazing family for 6 months now. Before starting Herbalife, my mind was just in a cloud. Our family was going through all kinds of stuff. Even my boys were just upset. We started coming here, and each of us got more support than we've ever had, and not just with our health, with everything. And my mindset has changed dramatically. I'm happy every day. My kids have changed so much. They have so many people here that they can look up to, and I can't think of a more positive influence than this place. I told my boyfriend the other day, I'm happier that my kids come here than they're in a school. They learn so much more here than they do if they were in some kind of an organized store. I'd say the biggest thing for me has been the mindset and the impact that it's had on my children and my family. Yeah.
We love her voice.
Yes, mine are the Ritz children, as they are referred to. Tonight we've got a great night planned for you. We're going to touch on fitness, nutrition. We're going to tell you guys a little bit about what we do and why we're always so freaking happy. And then also we're going to have a little bit of wrap up with mindset. It's going to be awesome.
So our first person in section is fitness. This woman is very dear to my heart. She is absolutely amazing, and if you don't see her smiling, something's going on because she has this most glowing, beautiful smile in her face. Please welcome up Elsie. Hey guys, what up, you guys? My name is Health Coach Elsie. Actually, my name's Elsie. Health Coach is just the title. But I'm really excited to be here to talk to you guys about fitness because fitness is something that's been hard for a lot of us. It was especially hard for me to get started on. I just felt like I didn't have enough time in the day or the energy or the drive or the desire to because it was something that I wasn't passionate about. And it wasn't until I got on my nutrition program that I finally had the energy for the first time in my entire life to do the exercises and actually enjoy them. And as a result, as a side effect, I like to call it, my body started changing. I had abs for the first time in my life. And what really was the most powerful part is that you realize what you eat really affects your body more than how much you work out. So I'm going to go over a few slides that really shows you that you can make life so much easier if you're more mindful of your food, because the fitness you would need to do to compensate is just bananas. So if we can hit the lights, if someone's like, oh, wow, it's like so professional. Okay, so this is extremely blurry, so there's really, you may not, but I have it on my phone, so haha, win. Oops. So you guys, how many of you in your lifetime ever indulged in a donut? Delicious donut. Ourselves. If you were to eat a glazed donut, you guys, you would need to do 88 minutes of crunches.
2 things at once.
Just one donut, not 88 crunches, 88 minutes of crunches, which will probably give you you might have heard this before.
I'm supposed to be there, but I can't.
141 minutes on the elliptical. How many of you have even done like an hour on the elliptical? All right, that's 2 hours and 20 minutes of elliptical work just for having a cheeseburger and fries. Does it sound really delicious?
Backtown Fit Club.
Okay. Again, something that we've all had before, pizza. How many of you had pizza? How many of you had less than 2 slices of pizza in a sitting? Never. It's always more. It's always like, the pizza comes, you're like, but there's still 8 more slices. I don't want to leave them alone. They have to join their friends. So if you were to have just 2 amazing slices of pepperoni pizza, it would be 159 minutes of climbing stairs. And you can ask some of my guy friends over here who did HIIT cardio on the stair stepper for 20 minutes. It's no joke. So if you were to do it for 159 minutes, it's something to think about. A lot of times we eat mindlessly and we don't think about what we would need to do to burn it off. Do you guys know how many calories you need to burn to lose a pound? 3,500. Can you all say that? 3,500. So 3,500 calories to lose a pound or gain a pound. So already after having all of that food, you're at 1,000 calories, 2,000 calories. You're just well on your way to just gaining weight without even doing anything yet. So one last thing, this one's pretty easy, chips and queso. Right, we've had it. This is Joe's kryptonite. If you've ever heard Joe's story, he has the chips, the salsa, all that stuff, 130 minutes of swimming in order to burn off the chips and queso. But that's not even counting what you drink, right? So if we were to go into what you're actually drinking, can we go to the next slide, please? Hopefully this is a little better. So for 1 glass of Merlot, it's fancy, right? It's good for the heart. It's healthy. That's 29 minutes of brisk walking. Not so bad, right? But how many of you just have 1 glass of red wine? You're a good day. One bottle of light beer, not even heavy beer. 1 bottle of light beer is 37 minutes of crunches. And that's
a lot of
fun.
crunches.
And again, with beer, you can't have just one. It needs friends. So that's a lot more crunches than what you're expecting to go for. So a lot of these I'm not able to read, but again, if you think about what you drink and what you eat, it's going to have a big effect on you. So I'm going to show you some easy.
Margarita, 106 minutes on the liquid.
No.
A margarita, Cinco de Mayo, it's like a holiday. And you got to work for it because, again, it's very hard to do just one. So I'm sure the next slide may be a little blurry, so I'm going to go ahead and just read these off to you. These are everyday activities you can do to burn calories. How many of you like shopping?
I love shopping.
All right. So this shopping is 30 minutes or 1 hour up and down supermarket aisles, bagging your own groceries, and bringing your groceries out to the car and returning your cart. I know you guys just be leaving it into the car. You gotta return it to the cart corral. That's 243 calories. If you were to make it shine, so dusting in your house for 30 minutes is 80 calories. How many of you have a loved one?
I do.
How many of you smooched up with your loved one? All right. 30 minutes of smooching is 36 calories. Yes. Think about that. Folding clothes for 30 minutes, 72 calories. You're just going to start making out right now. So this is a good one. How many of you sleep 8 hours a night? Right? We always take sleep for granted. Sleep is something that we're like, oh, 3 hours is fun. I don't get tired. If you can sleep for 8 hours, it's 360 calories. Just resting. So you guys, when you're working out hard, it's key to rest. Not just because you get to burn calories, but because resting is restorative to your body and your muscles. So we're gonna burn 100 calories right now. And actually it's probably gonna be more like 50 because we're not gonna be able to do all these things. So I need everyone to stand up. Next slide, please. So this is an easy way to burn 100 calories. And it's not like one thing burns 100 calories, it's all of those things that burn 100 calories. So what we're gonna start with is the jumping jacks. This is your modification. We're just gonna do 10 of them. Ready? Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, feeling warmed up? Yeah. We're gonna do 10 of the squats. Chair squats. You already gotta touch those chairs. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, 3, 4, Feet go straight up. Straight out. At a diagonal. And you're gonna just bring it in like this. We're gonna do 10 crunches. Here we go. 3, 2, 1, go. 1, 2, count. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. How did that feel, you guys? How many of you are a little winded? All right, that's not even with the push-ups. So think of all the work you just did. That was probably 25 calories. So to burn 100, it's going to be a little bit more work. But for most of the food that we're eating when people are cheating and all that fun stuff, it's over 1,000 calories a meal. So really, you guys, think before you eat, think before you drink, and be ready to put in the work when you have those cheat days. Thank you, guys.
Sorry. No, you're good. But I have a confession. Okay, so I've been not really good since Thanksgiving. I have a lot of work to do. I'm going to be really busy the next couple days.
That's all right. Your accountability partner.
You bring up the next person.
Okay. Well, she's over here burning off Thanksgiving dinner and whatever she's had between then and now. I would like to bring up 2 amazing people. Don't put yourself in the chat. They have a bit of a bromance going on. I'm a little bit jealous because one is my significant other, but they've got some great information on nutrition for you. There's a lot of stuff that we overlook, especially as we saw with the slide that Elsie shared. We don't realize what we eat really causes extra work. So I'd like to bring up Martin and Jerome. Hey.
A little bit about my story. I started here in a challenge like the one some of you guys are in now last December. So I've been here about a year. I've been able to lose some weight. But on my journey, I've learned that surrounding myself with people that are here helped me improve myself, my life, and they gave me the push that I needed to get my results. I stepped off, I got off I've lost 70 pounds. Size 42. I'm in 34s with the belt now. And I've cut off nearly 2 minutes off of my mile. So that's basically my health results.
What up? I'm Jerome. Some of the people here, my buddies call me Slim Panda now. I've been with Sacktown Fit Club for about a year and a half. But I tried to start my fitness journey 2 years ago. So I made a resolution with my brothers, we made different ones. Mine was to lose 50 pounds and keep it off. So a month into the new year, the end of January, I was going to the doctor because my back was hurting. And I hopped on the scale and it said 293, and I was like, oh my God. Like, I was about to hit 300 pounds. And it popped in my head, what happened in that resolution I made? So I made some changes. I lost a little bit of weight in 14 months, in 4 months, I had lost 15 pounds. And then at the end of that 4 months, my buddy hit me up one day. He's like, hey, do you want to come out to the Fit Club?
We estimated the best.
At the time, I was kind of looking up into different gyms, like CrossFit and all this. I didn't want to drop $100 a month for CrossFit, though. Not at the time. I didn't have the money for it. And so I was like, what is this? Is it CrossFit? And he's like, yeah, come out. So I came out, and they were warming up with dodgeball. And the first 2 people I see are Jeremy Bell and Joe over here, looking like a human action figure. I've never seen more fit people in my life. And they were throwing these balls like dodgeball. I was like, I don't know if I want to play this. But I did, and it was one of the most fun things ever. And it felt like the workout. So that was just a warm-up. And we went with the workout. I almost died. It was a near-death experience. But it was different. It wasn't like going to the gym. It wasn't like free-for-all. You just, everybody's looking at each other. you done with that machine? Like, no, everybody was just like, you know, keep going. Like, who are you? It's like, I'm a champion. And the love, just the family, the feeling and everything, just making sure that I didn't die. Like, you know, it wasn't like the military, like, you know, if you can't do that one rep, stand down, take a rest, you know. And it was the best thing that ever happened to me. Like, it truly changed my life. As of right now, I'm down 75 pounds. Got a little bit of muscle to show through. And yeah, that's.
All right, so Jerome and I, we watched a video. It's called King Corn. So I wanted to bring it to your guys' attention because what we learned in it is kind of what's in the food as far as like fast foods and stuff like that. So the documentary goes, two guys, it was made in 2007. It was two recent college graduates. They went to a biochemist, and the chemist said that with the lock of their hair, he can tell what they have been eating, you know, or what's, you know, in their bodies and what they've been eating. So basically most of it was corn. So they decided to rent an acre of corn, and they wanted to track where the food went. So they did the corn, they started to, you know, they harvested it, and they realized that there was no real nutritional value to it because most of it, half of it went to feed cattle. The other half, 13% went to ethanol for fuel, and then the other part of it went to high fructose corn syrup, sweeteners for the stuff that we drink, like soda, you know, soda, and pretty much everything in the grocery store, when you walk through the aisles, that's packet, bag, box, has high fructose corn syrup in it because that's the cheapest route, the cheapest way that they can make the products and have it available and ready for us quick and cheap. So I think Jerome's got a few statistics to show you about that.
I wrote down some of these because I have goldfish memory. Yeah, from the mid-70s up to 2007, the use of sweeteners went up 30%. So a third of all the sweeteners that we're using, like it went up like we're addicted to sugar, like it's a drug basically. And one soda a day can double your chances for type 2 diabetes. And we also have a trailer to put. I have more, but
You want to show the trailer first?
Yeah.
What's this trailer on?
it's based on the movie Fed Up. So if you guys haven't seen it, it's kind of ridiculous. Like you don't even need to watch it. If you want to listen, you can put it right there.
Well, you can watch it.
The epidemic here is worse than previously estimated, much worse.
The message that's been pushed on us.
Your fault, in fact. It shouldn't be so hard to get them to run around and play, right?
They have voracious appetites and they don't exercise enough.
It's about how active our kids are.
Forget about it. There are 600,000 food items in America. 80% of them have added sugar. Your brain lights up with sugar just like it does with cocaine or heroin. You're going to become an addict. You end with one of the great public health epidemics of the time.
This is the first generation of American children expected to lead shorter lives than their parents.
I am 12 years old. My doctors have said that I am statistic.
What willpower? It's
Over 95% of all Americans will be overweight or obese in 2 decades.
We're toast as a country. The sugar industry is extraordinarily powerful. They're in business to make money, not to keep America healthy.
What if our whole approach to this epidemic has been dead on?
The government is subsidizing the obesity epidemic.
We place private profit ahead of public health. Systematic political failure.
By 2050, 1 out of every 3 Americans will have diabetes.
Those diseases are being driven by sugar. This is the fundamental problem nobody's talking about in society.
We could cure 80% of the problem where they prepare the food in the school.
Tomato paste is people, really?
Some food companies are acting very much like tobacco companies did 30 years ago.
They would reject entirely any argument that they are in any way harmful. Lying through their teeth.
Being told the biggest lie they will ever hear in their lives.
Ronald McDonald never sells to children. He informs and inspires through magic and fun.
If a foreign nation were doing that to our children, we would defend our families.
Years from now, they say, I can't believe we let them get away with that.
We have to change the diet of America. It's all preventable.
Okay, guys, so seeing that, I don't want to bash any kind of companies or nothing like that, but I just want, a lot of us get busy, you know, and you see that drive-through and you want to just make it quick, right? You know, it's there, it's fast, you've worked all day. I mean, perfect example. I mean, I've been coaching softball and baseball. I get up in the morning, I put my work boots on at 4. Sometimes I don't get home till 8, 9 o'clock, and my kids are with me, and they got to eat. So, you know, of course, we used to go hit fast food and stuff, and when I first started this journey, I would still do it once in a while. But now that I know what's actually in the foods, you know, watching these movies and documentaries kind of opens up your eyes, because all the stuff is fillers. I mean, the soda, it's high fructose corn syrup, which is no nutritional value at all. The fries, all the fats come from the corn oil that it's fried in. The bun's got corn in it. The meat, it's cattle that's fed 60% cornmeal. So, I mean, what we're actually eating isn't really food. It's mostly corn. And corn is just a filler. See what I mean?
Yeah, the corn nowadays, it's not just like any kind of corn. Like, it's been so modified over and over. Like, have you ever noticed when you eat corn, like, whatever?
It comes out as corn.
Like, it's one of the things, like, it's one of the things that'll come out. It's like, that looks like just like alright.
So we don't want to scare you guys off about foods and stuff like that. So, I wanted to wake you up, but now we're going to go over some healthier options. So my first option, my fast food now is, we're in a hurry, we're on our way home, the whole family hasn't eaten. We stop, we get a rotisserie chicken. We get lettuce wraps. We hit it with sriracha. We have chicken tacos at home. And that's my fast food now. So that's what me and the kids eat when we're in a hurry. It's quick, it's inexpensive, and it's already cooked. You walk in, you walk out. It's just like I went through a drive-thru. Just one of us has to get out.
And it's not, some of you guys kind of like overload on the food, and you're just like, oh my God, I'm going to have to starve myself now to be better. And it's not always about eating less, it's about eating the right things. Mm-hmm. Like he's saying about the fast food, getting the chicken, like, that sounds really good. Like, I want to do that right now. Like, time with me is tight also. Like, I'm always trying to find ways to cut down time. And one of the things I found out through Melanie, which changed my life, was microwave egg whites. Like, I don't know if anybody here has tried it, and it sounds weird, but it tastes really good. And it doesn't need any oil whatsoever. I just crack the eggs, put it in a bowl, stick it in the microwave, watch it kind of like cook. It cooks really fast. Like,
so good.
There's different techniques. Like, sometimes I'll cook it for 2 minutes. I'm trying to get it down. I think now I heat it in like 3 sessions of 1 minute. I stir it up a little bit, make sure it's even. Because if you put it in a bowl, sometimes the top cooks and the bottom's still raw. I'm like, oh heck no. Put that back in. I'll throw some sriracha on there. When I'm cooking my food, I barely use any sauce. I mean, sauces, like the whole sugar thing. Have you ever picked up a bottle of sauce and actually looked like how much sugar is in there? Like, you think you're being good, but then when you drown it in that sauce, and it's like, oh, it's just good now. Yeah, because of all that sugar.
So I've got 2 other methods of, I like to barbecue my chicken. I make chicken a lot. So what I do is I get the chicken breast and I fillet them. I cut them in half, so on the barbecue they take 5 minutes a piece. We're all, trying to do this time consciously. So I cut the chicken breast in half, and then I have 2 of my favorite marinades. I have one that has just minced garlic, the minced garlic in the jar, cut up fresh cilantro, and then I put a little cayenne pepper in there. and then I hit it with about 3 or 4 tablespoons of the liquid aminos. Liquid aminos is like a soy sauce, but it's low sodium. So I hit that in there, and I don't even marinate it for longer than 15, 20 minutes, and it's ready to go. And it tastes like it's got a ton of salt in there, but it's not. So it gives flavor, and even when it's reheated, it keeps the moisture, and it helps you stay on your nutrition plan when your food tastes good. If it tastes good, you're going to eat it. I mean, I know in the beginning when I started, we were baking. She was baking chicken. It was dry, and it's hard to stick to it when your food's not good. And then my other one, same method, chicken breast. I get the pack for, $9 at Sam's Club, the big one. I fillet it up, put it in a bag, lemon pepper, Mrs. Dash, salt-free, and then just mustard. Get it with mustard, shake that up. It sounds, I don't really care for mustard too much, but once you hit it on the grill, it's marinated. It's got a flavor that infuses, and then when it's reheated, whether you use white rice or whether you use sweet potato, whatever's with it, it all just complements each other, and it's a healthy meal. It's a healthier way to be on your nutrition plan. So,
I don't know about you guys, but I think grilling's my favorite way. I just discovered this. Grilled chicken, the flavor is still juicy. You can throw some Mrs. Dash, no salt, and they got like a buttload of different flavors. So.
And I also put those on a salad too when I'm in a hurry. If it's in the fridge prep, I cut it up, weigh it, throw it in the salad, and I take it with me. So.
Oh, and also, I don't know how to cook. I'm not a cooker. I know how to make my food look good. Like when I'm taking pictures on Instagram. There is a bunch of different ways to find out. Like there are Facebook pages, there are Instagram pages, there are Pinterest, like she said, and whatever. YouTube.
So with all that being said, guys, try to stay away from packaged foods, processed foods. Stay away from the drive-thrus. You know what's in it. And if you're gonna make this healthy lifestyle change and start putting the right things in your body's gonna fight back for you. And also, if you're not gonna put that stuff in your body, don't let your kids eat it. Okay? Don't let your kids eat it. You got a last quote?
I know some of you, like I was saying, I'm restricted on time. Some of you guys are too. And on top of that, the financial issues, the money issues. Sometimes we're tight on money, so we're taking shortcuts. But we're taking shortcuts in our health. So you want to pay, a little less for that meat that might be like 30% leaner. But like I said, you're taking shortcuts in your health. And in the long run, really, is it worth it? Like, you want to save money or you want to save your health?
What's more important to you? Your money or your health?
Yeah. Can't spend money if you
did. That's it. That's what we got.
Wow. I have a question real quick. How many of you thought corn was a vegetable? Because to me, it doesn't sound like a vegetable. It sounds like I might as well just go get the C&H bag of sugar and just, right? And he's right. I mean, we feed ourselves good stuff and we think, oh, we're saving time and money by going through the drive-thru and buying stuff off the 99-cent menu. But in reality, think about it, those rotisserie chickens and all that extra stuff. It only comes like $7.50. And we've got 3 kids. We feed all of us with it. How much? I know we can't get out of the drive-thru for under $20, and it's not even food. I'm sure those are chicken nuggets.
And if you guys haven't seen that movie Fed Up, I highly suggest you check it out. A lot of us, we've trusted food industries, and so when we see the label and it says, ooh, fat-free, we figure they've done their research, they're making it must be good for us. But if you flip it over, they have to make it taste good somehow, which means they put a bunch of other stuff in it that isn't good for you. Sometimes it's almost better to go with the item that has more fat in it because ultimately it's healthier for you. All right, so this next section. Before Herbalife, I was really familiar with a lot of other, I guess what I would say is companies like them. And my family did stuff, I did stuff, and it wasn't until I came here that I can honestly, legitimately say, I've never seen a company with so much integrity that truly wanted their individuals to survive. And I felt that, trust me, I came into this really skeptical. I have been waiting to find the catch, to find Herbalife let me down. It just continues to amaze me. With everything, every day that passes by, this is one company that has integrity.
And myself, having been part of some of those companies, I think Herbalife has one of the best marketing plans around. That's something that I want to bring up a few people to kind of go over a little bit with you, give you an idea of when you hear us talking about health coaching, like where we all fit this place and this place, and just kind of how we all fit together and how our impact shows on where we stand with the company and how Herbalife appreciates us. Mitze, would you like to come up? Your plan, your places in the marketing plan, and how you got there, and just a little bit about yourself.
Oh, I start first. Hi, I'm Nita. You guys don't know me by now. You must not be on that body picture. So true. So I just became a new member. And I started in November, the November challenge, and I'm doing the December challenge. And I got the member pack, which only cost like $70, right? And I thought it was, I was going to become a member so I could be a life coach or health coach, because that's what I want to do. I want to help people, right? But then you get like goodies and stuff right here. And, who here likes free stuff? Woo! And like discounts.
Yeah.
Woo! Yes. So with your membership, if you sign up, it's only $70. You get. I brought some of them because I've already used some. But you get like, if you're on, they were saying that sometimes we're pressed for time. So you get these here, and full of protein, full of nutrients and everything. I also got some tea, which I live off my tea because I started the meal plan with the quick start, and the quick start gives you the TADs, which are the multivitamins, the cell activator, and tea, and your Formula 1 for protein. So I got some samples for free, right? Some good samples, some good stuff to give you more energy, which anybody knows me, I already have so much energy. But on the November challenge, and then I started the meal plan, and I just got extra energy, like extra. Right? So, and then let me see what else. A little nervous first time here. Woo! So, I covered how much it costs. I covered the free stuff. And why I want to be a health coach, because I want to help others just like me who, want to get results, whether it's, pumping iron and get some results on getting buff, or whether it's losing weight, like what I'm trying to do. And also, oh yeah, my discount. I'm so excited for the discount. Yeah, I get 25%. So I'm on my products that I can buy, and I've already purchased. I'm going to get next to discounts. I'm just so excited.
Hi everybody, I'm Health Coach Karen, and a year ago, this is where I was. I was super jacked up, super excited, and I signed up as a member, and 4 days later, I became a senior consultant. And what happens when you become a senior consultant is you move from 25% off to 35% off. I actually became a senior consultant by getting 500 volume points in 1 calendar month. And a volume point is pretty much an $1. We're in hecka countries. Okay? We're in over 90 countries. And they don't all use dollars for some reason. I don't know why. So we use Herbalife currency called volume points. So 500 volume points 1 month got me 35% off. Not only that, but I now get checks from Herbalife. It's because I meet people like Nita who wants to help people, and she becomes a member, and then she orders her product, but there's a discount difference, right? She gets 25% off, I get 35% off. Herbalife sends me the difference.
So that's pretty awesome, right? It's really changed my life, guys, because I was out of work for just about a month. And if you think about not having any income from your job for a month, you drown, right? Thanks to Herbalife, I was able to stay afloat, and I'm not really worried about it. Like, I know everything's going to be okay.
Hey everybody, my name is Jesse. So basically, getting a qualified producer. Qualified producer is basically a little step up from right here and right there. So the discount is 42%. Woo! Right? So when you're taking those shakes at 25, they're pretty good, right? Pretty good. 35, they get a little bit better. 42, like all of a sudden you kind of shake. They just get that much better. So 42% is a good spot to be. So all you have to do is basically do 2,500 within 3 consecutive months. So basically let's say we're December, January, February. So you got to hit 25 in those 3 months. And so basically you do what you did right here, get 500, and then you teach it to 3 more people, okay? So you get this lovely person right here. They're like, okay, I'm going to teach you how to do 500 volume points, okay? And then teach one, and then you teach another, and then you teach another. So in your first month, let's say she got her 500. And then in the second month, she teaches it to 3 more people. So how much is that? 15, right? 15 plus 5. So you're already at, what, 2,000 in 2 months. So basically, all you need is another 500. So you can do that yourself, or be awesome and teach 3 more people, or 5 more people, or 10 more people. It's very easy. And then you get to qualified producer, which is 42% off. Tastes great. The shakes are awesome. And you get to have 42%. Woo!
Okay, you guys, I'm going to have my post for real quick. Your story.
Oh, I was just gonna say, or my story. I'm Half Coach Martin, and I'm Half Coach Martin and Lady Gray. So yeah, we're supervisors, and she's a new supervisor. Got some things called muscles down there. I thought I had, but I guess they weren't there. Thanks. So yeah, I'm feeling great. Loving this life, helping people discover this life because it's the best life ever, as we all say, right?
Yay! Okay, so although all of these sound really, really great, let's give it up for 50%. Okay, so that's like BOGO. I work with my create. That's totally awesome, right? So how I was able to do that, or we were able to do that, is getting 4,000 BP points within 3 to 12 months. Okay, anyone can do that, right? Yes. So basically, as I was moving up the stairs here, I figured while I'm helping myself, I can help others. And as I got the 3 people to 5 people to 10 people, I realized how big of an impact I was making. And I stopped stop thinking about the money and really focused on caring about people. And although we like to text on our phones, it's better just to pick the phone and call and make those connections with people and build relationships. And while I was able to do that, I was able to create income for myself. So this last month, I made a little bit over 500. Woo! So yeah, like Karen said, you don't have to worry about, not making enough for a bill or being late on rent because you're barely making it with your regular job. And I work part-time and still was able to do that. And I know a lot of my other health coaches here, they are able to do it full-time. So there's a bunch of options, but at the end of the day, it's all about helping people. So I can't wait to hit protein next.
Yeah, sign up. I don't know. I'm trying to find out. I should turn down.
And another thing too that's awesome, I just want to add about Supervisor. Not only are you making an impact and getting your 50% off, but there then becomes 7 different ways you guys can earn income. And one of them that happens to be a more familiar one is royalties. You get checks on other supervisors you have. So as Karen had explained, there was a difference between the 25 and 35 that goes up. You don't lose that. It just rolls over into a different form of payment. So Herbalife definitely takes care of this.
And there's those of us, some of us get paid once a week, or once a week, and some of us get it every couple weeks, some of us get it once a month. I personally, it's the same amount of money, but I need it every week, or I can't seem to keep things going. Just randomly getting that check in the middle of the month. Sometimes I'm still new, haven't gotten so many. It's like, oh my God, thank God. I didn't know what I was gonna do, and this check showed up, and I'm gonna be okay now. It's amazing.
Awesome.
Sorry guys, I was one of those ones where the month came, I didn't know how I was going to pay the bills. I didn't know I was getting a check. I had no idea what was going on. I opened my mail and there was a $1,200 check, and I literally jumped and started crying and had to call Joe and Elsie and my husband because I didn't have to worry about paying the bills. I had no idea it was even coming, so it means a lot to me with that. Next, we have our final and my favorite section of Wellness Workshop. It's mindset. We all come from different places. We all are in different places, trying to get to different places, and it takes just a little bit of something, tweaking, whatever it might be to help us get there to make our lives better. And I so love hearing this guy talk. It seems like, I feel like I'm in church when the pastor's talking only to you. That's what it feels like when I listen to him speak. I'd like to welcome up Joe Goody and his wonderful
All right, hi everybody. My name is Joe Goody. Giant Asian, yes. I like growing up, especially like when I was a teenager and into my early 20s. I never thought I'd make it to like 28 because of my reckless lifestyle, where I was headed. I was like 28. My life, it's probably not going to go past that far. So that was where my mindset was at. I hit 28 about a year and a half ago, and so I was sitting there thinking all night. If you guys are online, like at 4 o'clock in the morning, I'm online. And I started doing some research, started doing some stuff. And if you guys seen this post, I posted this about a year and a half ago. So just listen up, let me read this. It says, think about this. I am currently 28 years old. Let's say I make it until I'm 80 years old, which would mean that I have about 51 years left of my life. If I spend about 8 hours of sleep a night, and we all need sleep to function, then that would be about a third of my 24-hour day. So with 51 years of my life, I spend a third sleeping, which would mean that I would have spent 17 years of my life sleeping. Okay, so when I saw that, I was shocked. That's a lot of years spent sleeping. So what is the other thing that people do most in their life? They work, right? So the average person works about 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. So that breaks down to about 13 and a half years of your life spent working your job. Studies have shown that about 80% of people hate their jobs and are not working their passion. I sit here and think that this is astonishing because so many people waste 13 years of their lives doing something with no purpose, just for a paycheck, just to pay bills. So our life is about sleeping, going to work, having a family, watching TV, and then we die. That's done. All right? I have 51 years left in my life, and I would have spent 30 years of it of my life sleeping and working a job I hate. Wow. Okay, so I have another thing to add to the mix. This past year, I've cut most of my TV watching out. The studies have shown that most people spend about 3 hours a day on TV. At that rate, I would have spent about 6 years of my life watching TV. So you're telling me with just those 3 things, I would have taken away 36 years of my life? Insane. I know that some things are almost impossible to cut out as we are in different situations, but what could I do to add a few years to the rest of my life? If I slept 6 hours a day instead of 8 hours, or 6 hours instead of 8 hours a night, then I would only use up 12.25 years. If I completely stopped TV for the next 51 years, then I would save 6 years of my life. So that is 12 years I get to save out of my life by just doing those 2 minor adjustments. My advice for work is that you have to work no matter what, but you have a choice. Every person can chase their passion and work a job that they love. In order to do this, you have to take the leap and go for it. You also have to not be afraid to fail. This would make you stronger and allow you to pursue that job that you've always wanted, and you wouldn't have been thinking thinking that the 13 years spent making money was a waste because you would be doing something that you love. Making those changes would give me roughly 12 extra years to my life. Instead of doing those things for 36 years out of my 51 years that I have left, I could possibly now have been doing those things for only 20 years of my life. 24 years of my life. 24 years sounds a lot better than using up 36 years. Do you guys agree?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. I know there's a lot of numbers in this post, but I am just trying to. I am trying to say that you have to cherish and utilize every second that you have on this earth. We tend to waste a lot of our time doing unnecessary things. Every person is different, but if you sat there and really broke down your daily life spent, then you will start to realize how important time in this life really is. I really want to thank you for taking a minute of your time by reading this post, but I really want you to think and challenge yourself to max out this life. Find your passion and go for it. Take out the unnecessary things that you don't need to do in this life. All right, so I wrote that a year and a half ago. It took me like all night to like look up stuff in different numbers. I made it, obviously I'm 30 years old now, so I made it past that 28-year mark, which is kind of cool. And my life has drastically changed over the past 2 years since I've joined Herbalife and the Sacktown Fit Club came about. And since cutting out TV for most of the time, like I used to watch ESPN 4 or 5 times a day, and it's rerun, right? Elsie used to watch Kim Kardashian, the Kardashian show, like every day. Well, I'm sitting there watching it, and there's a lot of mindless things that we do. We're on Facebook 3-4 hours a day or whatever, just liking stuff. We're scrolling on Instagram. We're scrolling, right? We're liking stuff, hearting it, whatever, and we're just scrolling, and we don't realize that we just spent 45 minutes scrolling, right? And you don't even remember what that post was a minute ago, which is insane, right? Your brain, it's almost like goldfish, like Jerome said. It doesn't remember it. It doesn't remember a picture that's what you're going by because you're just flashing it past your eyes. So we constantly waste time. We constantly do things that waste our time. But if we can do things that make us happy, we can do things that, make our hearts flutter or make us smile more, make us feel like that this is our passion, your life will drastically change. You won't sit there when you retire and have to go get another job at Walmart and look back at your life and go, what the hell just happened in my life? Look back and be like, man, I'm hella old. What did I do? Right? I was talking to my mom's friend, and she's 79 years old, and she goes, life is so short. I feel like I have not done anything with my life. And I was like, what do you do now? And she's like, I watch TV probably 10 to 12 hours a day, and I go to your mom's cleaners and help her out for 2 hours a day. And she's like, and this is it for my life. I was like, it's not it. You still have a few more years left. Stop wasting your time. Stop wasting your time until you hit that grade. Because you only have one life to live. You don't know what's going to happen after. You might go to heaven. You might walk this earth. You might come back as a cow. Who knows? You come back as a cow, you're going to die again. Come back as still pretty fast, but that's okay, I guess. But don't waste your time. Be around people that make you happy. Be around people that make you smile. Really cherish this life. I have a video. It talks about social media. It talks about different time, how much we waste, and I thought it was kind of cool. So let's see if we can get it, and hopefully the sound doesn't mess up.
You can turn them both off.
The average person spends 4 years of his life looking down at his cell phone, trying to outline a game. How these touch screens can make us lose touch. But it's no wonder in a world filled with iMacs, iPads, and iPhones, so many eyes, so many selfies, not enough us's and we's. See, technology has made us more.
While it claims to connect us, connection has gotten no better. And let me express first, Mr. Zuckerberg, not to be rude, but you should reclassify Facebook to what it is, an anti-social network. Because while we may have big friend lists, so many of us are friendless all alone, because friendships are more broken than the screens on our very phones. We sit at home on our computers, measuring self-worth by numbers of followers and likes. Ignoring those who actually love us, it seems we rather write an angry post and talk to someone who might actually hurt us. Am I bugging? You tell me, because I asked a friend the other day, let's meet up face to face. They said, all right, what time do you want to Skype? I responded with OMG, SRS, and then a bunch of SMHs and realized, what about me? Do I not have the patience to have conversation without abbreviation? This is the generation of media overstimulation. Chats have been reduced to snaps. The news is 140 characters. Videos of 6 seconds at high speed. And you wonder why ADD is on the rise faster than 4G LTE. But get a load of this. Studies show the attention span of the average adult today is 1 second lower than that of a goldfish. Click off or close this video. Congratulations. Let me finish by saying you do have a choice. Yes, but this one, my friends, we cannot autocorrect. We must do it ourselves. Take control or be controlled. Make a decision. Me? No longer do I want to spoil a precious moment by recording it with a phone. I'm just gonna keep them. I don't want to take a picture of my meals anymore. I'm just gonna eat them. I don't want the new app, the new software, or the new update. And if I want to post an old photo, who says I have to wait until Thursday? Conform it to this accepted form of digital insanity. Call me crazy, but I imagine a world where we smile when we have no batteries. Because that'll mean we'll be one bar closer to humanity. Woo!
Lord.
Lights.
Keep going. Keep going.
All right, so I was gonna post that on a challengers page, but can you turn it off? Turn it off. So I was gonna post that on the other night when I was watching on the challenges page, but I thought it'd be better if I did it in correlation with time and you know how precious time is, because with social media we don't connect with a lot of people and we waste so much time, you know, doing that. We waste so much time not connecting with people, right? I mean, I love social media, you know, Instagram, Facebook and stuff, and it's helped me build my business up to where, you know, we're making like $4,000 to $7,000 a month because of social media, but it's like, it takes a lot away. It takes a lot away, you know, like sometimes me and Elsie go in a restaurant and we're just like kind of like this, you know, on our phones. And that's kind of sad nowadays, you know, that's kind of sad when, you know, we're in a relationship and it's only one of us and we only have one mind. We're wasting our time for an Instagram post or whatever it is. So think about how important that relationship is with the person that's in front of you, and how much, you know, how important time is to you. And that's my opinion.
Those numbers always really scare me. It hits home for me because I always think of my kids. And I don't know if you've seen floating around, I don't remember the numbers, but the time that we get to spend with our kids before they're pretty much sick of us and off doing their own thing is way less than the numbers that Joe just read off. And one thing is, it's really important to make sure that we take time for ourselves. Because if we take that time, we're less likely trying to fill all the other spaces of our day with time. You know, somebody will hit you up and say, do you want to go out tonight? And you're much less likely to go out with your girlfriend because you haven't had a second to yourself. If you invest time in yourself, you'll be nicer to your kids, let me tell you that one. And you'll be more likely to go and have that social time with people because you aren't trying to fill it all with little bits of time for yourself.
I agree. I think social media has taken over a lot of our time and having kids. Yeah, it's like, that's the generation, that's what we're teaching them.
mean, I know growing up, we were lucky if we had call waiting. Like, they're not foul, like, go play outside. And now because they're like, wait, I gotta get the level something on Flappy. What are you talking about? But is that good information for you guys that kind of make you take a step back and look at what you guys do with your day-to-day lives and your schedules or lack thereof? Yeah.
Well, Jeanette's right here.
I'll turn this way.
Well, for those of you that are in our challenge, is there a winner in the house tonight? It's almost over. Next Sunday is the last Sunday of our challenge, and then after that, I'm sorry, this Sunday is the last Sunday in our challenge, and then the Sunday after that, we'll go ahead and announce our winner. So whichever one of you that winner was, you better make sure you come that night.
Another thing too is, I know we talk a lot about the business, this and that, and you know, being here, being present, being part of this, feeling welcome, but really, there's just 3 things that we ask when you come through the door that you pick what you are. A fan, a health coach, and a business builder. We want all of you. We want anybody that you think can benefit from this. If it's a friend that needs a hug, if it's a family member that, you know, as we saw from Martin and Jerome's section, needs to get off the sodas. If it's a sister who might need a husband, you know, kids need positive environment, positive people to be around. Like, it doesn't matter where you fall in those 3 things. We want you here. There's a space for you. We all come waiting with open arms for a reason. Share this with everybody you know. Invite somebody. The more people we get here, the stronger this is going to get, the more the impact's going to be, the more positive impact we're going to have on other people's lives. And Melanie and I and the health coaches you guys have seen up here, we don't know everybody. We need you guys to help us spread this movement and reach out to everybody else and really help our community in this positive space that you guys have found here. So find where you guys belong and invite people and bring them there so they can find where they belong to.
Thanks for coming out tonight. So come join the stabilization
Get it? Let her. Why? Why are your legs hurt out?